Hey, it's MK. Welcome back and welcome to another baby layout that I am working on. Now, I kind of sort of preset this one out, as you guys can see, because of this ginormously large cut file that I want to use, and it will be like cut off at the top, but I'm thinking about taking the ones that you can't see behind the photos and all that and bringing them over to this page over here. I also want to figure out what I'm going to do with the, what are they called? With the word bubbles. I do think I'm going to leave it white because it is not the same kind of cardstock as the base cardstock, so it does stick out quite a bit. Plus it's textured. So this cut file was cut on textured cardstock where I'm using smooth white over here. I also, let me lift this up some. I also went ahead and made my own background paper. And this is a labor of not so much love, because what it was I used what Close to My Heart calls linen cardstock. So it's a very, very pale gray cardstock. And then I used a stamp by Altenew. It's actually one of my favorite background stamps right here. It's going to have a glare no matter what I do. So it's this bubble background stamp. I absolutely love it. I cannot tell you how much I have used that stamp. Then I took some what is called iridescent blue embossing powder. Now this powder is so super old that the label is about ready to just flake off because the glue sticks no more. But it turns it into this glossy, bluey, purpley, powdery, I don't know. But the powder was so super thick. I mean, it was like I was pouring sugar on my paper here. And it was so thick, I'm not sure if you guys can see, that I have burned my paper in spots. Now, the cool part is it's randomly burned all over the place, and so I kind of like how it looks. Anywho, I also cut out these bubbles that I kind of welded together on my Cricut, and then I cut out more bubbles, or circles. They're not circles, but they're going to be used as bubbles. And then basically what I did was I took a circle and layered it on top of another circle and layered it on top of another and another and another until I got these like little smooth rings. And I basically, in Cricut it's called attaching them. So I attached them, so when I went to go cut them, it said this is all one image and I will cut right on top of each other. And that's how I ended up with these super thin little tiny rings. And then these were a part of, oh, you guys can't see, sorry. These were a part of a cartridge that had the little stitching lines. So that way I did not have to run my die cut, my thin metal dies over and over and over again, plus all the different colors. My Cricut did it for me. So, anywho, those are the pieces that I have. I also have my Project Life Design A, I believe it's what it's called. Yes, my Design A dilly doodad that I'm going to be, my pocket page protector, sorry, words are not here for me today. I have this page protector ready to go. I have the extra pieces, excuse me, I have all of my extra pieces here ready to go, the photo mats, an additional little bubbles. I saved these off to the side because I didn't want to forget that I want the same elements all the way across. So like I use the pink one here, so on this side of the page protector that's facing this page, I want to make sure I use the blue one, so on and so forth. So I have my photo mats, my photo templates, I have my bubbles saved, and then what I did was I messed up. I was not paying attention again. When I went to go cut this piece, it was supposed to be 6 inches. I cut it at 5, so now I have this one strip, and I will show you guys how I remedy that to be able to use it in my pocket page, anyway, this thing. I am going to be working on this amazing die cut. It is by Cut to You from Gwen. I absolutely love it. You guys really need to go check out cuttou.com.au. She has the most amazing digital die cuts. I'm going to work with this, and then the most of it is, this is what it is. I'm going to put these little ringy bubble thingies all over the place. I do have my 1/2 inch one in case I want teeny tiny little bubbles to fill in the gaps. That's the game plan. I'm going to clear all this off so I can work with this gorgeous cut file, and then I will come back and work on this. All right? Okay, so here I am back again, and I wanted to show you this cut file. I put tissue paper on the back of it, and then this dusty gray is kind of what I used right there. And then I also decided that I was going to put a little bit, oh, you guys can't see it very well, spray them all with an iridescent, oh, you guys can't even see it. Anyways, it was this iridescent glitz by Altenew, so that's what it looks like. Oh my goodness, I was just in a very chatty mood. Oh my. So what I'm doing now is I am just trying to figure out how I want my photo mats to intermingle with this die cut, because I want to be able to take off the portion of the bubbles that aren't going to be seen so I can use them elsewhere. I mean, that's a lot of work that I don't want to be wasted. I also decided that I want my photo mats to have a shelf to sit on, so I picked out some polka dots from a few of the scrap pieces that I had laying around from other layouts that I've done for this album, and I'm just cutting up some cardstock so I can like pop up the polka dots off the page. And what I'm going to do is I am going to border punch them with this kind of a small scallop. They call it a ribbon punch, but I really like using just the small scallop and covering up the little polka dots that get punched out. It's just my favorite, one of my favorites punches that I have. And I'm also going to ink the edges of the polka dot pieces, only so that way they look like they blend with the scallop. And I also, or the reason why I wanted them to blend is because they actually do come from two different companies. Grays and blues are kind of sort of hard to match, but if you just blend, or not blend, I apologize. If you just ink the edges, they seemed to help coordinate them a little bit better. So I'm just going to add those to my page. I did already glue down the base pages because you already saw that. I just don't think that it was necessary for me to, and here we are gluing her down. Yep. So, but of course I didn't cut this part out. Just wanted you guys to see, I put my pages together and butt up the pieces that go straight across. So now I'm going to put this little bit together. I'm going to glue my photo mats to the title, so again I can cut off the bubbles that I want to be able to scatter throughout all of the pages. And so it helps me glue it down first, and then I can see where I can cut in order to get the most out of this cut file. Gosh, I hope that makes sense. I'm not really sure, but I did leave this in for you guys to see how I'm going to do that. And yeah, that's basically it. I am gluing the photo mat to the bubbles that will be underneath, but there's not going to be a whole lot of bubbles because I just cut out that big section. And then I'm just going to attach it to my page. It's going to go flat. It's so busy that I think it will be flat. And then I'm also going to pop up some of the bubbles as well. So I'm going to take my little tray of circles and bubbles, and I did take some of the blue and pink circles and backed those with the tissue paper as well. And I'm just going to scatter them all over the layout so that way I can kind of get a good mixture of do I have enough blue? Do I have enough pink? Do I have too much? And then I also have some of the like dusty gray bubbles as well. And they are the same. How do I say this? They are the same as what I embossed. So the base piece that I embossed, they're the exact same cardstock, except when you flip them over, they're a lighter shade of that cardstock. So I hope that makes sense. Now I'm just going to glue everything down and position it all so that way it's like secure. Every solid circle I am going to pop up, so then that way it looks like it has a little bit of dimension going through the layout. So, and since I laid everything down, I did not make you guys watch that, but I did put this in because I'm going to take these offcuts that I just trimmed off from the left, and I'm going to add them to the right, so that way it again looks like the title is like blowing across the other page. And I was going to put it underneath the photo mats, but it just looks like they don't belong. And so I bring them over to the far right, and then also up. Actually, I moved that one. Yeah, right there. So that way now it looks like the bubbles kind of like started on this side and blew over into the right. I know, I'm a dork. It works that way. So here is the 2-page layout. It is done. I do like to do these little close-ups in case people don't want to watch the pocket page. It does make the video quite longer. Yeah, that's English. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure that, hey, I'm done with the 2-page, and now I'm going to move into creating the pockets. So I have cut all my pieces for the pocket pages. And now I'm just laying them out to see if, which ones that I like. And I feel like I say that for every video. Yeah. Anyways, I have the exact same elements. What I did on the 2-page layouts, I plan on bringing over into the pocket pages as well. And so I am just divvying up, I've got the polka dot border with the scalloped border punch, or what, like I said, ribbon punch. I do need to go off and cut some more because I only planned it for the 2 4x6s, and I have 2 small 3x4s that I did not plan for. So I do need to do that. Again, I am just taking the rest of the circle bubbles and spreading them all across. Now the left side, the left side will be for the mainly for the boy layout, and the right side will mainly be for the girl layout. So I am trying to look at the double page layouts and make sure that I don't, make sure that there's a good ratio of blue to pink. I know, as weird as that sounds, it is how it works. Again, I have inked the edges of only the polka dot paper. I did not ink the edges of anything else. And then I'm just going to create a couple filler cards. The 4x6 ones will be just filler cards. That's all they're meant for. If they want to be taken out and put into, just photos, then that, it depends how many photos people take nowadays. I'm not really sure. I noticed that sometimes it skips generations. Some people take massive amounts of photos and other people don't take any photos at all. I noticed in my albums that it's exact same way. I realize some years I don't take any photos because we're just so busy. I don't have time, and that's weird. That I should not say that. I should make time. And I think that since I have most of my layouts, my albums put together, I can see that, and I'm a little bit more of, I need to take more photos. I really do. So anyways, all of these, like I said, dusty gray pieces, I decided that at first I was going to just leave them. And then I decided, nope, I am going to do the same stamping and embossing technique that I did on the main layout, because now it will definitely look like a more cohesive pocket page with the double page layout, because it's going to have the exact same elements instead of, I'm going to cover it all up. Nobody knows. So here's the embossing powder that I used. I mean, it is super old, close to my heart embossing powder that super old. like I want to say 2006 or 7 old. Anyways, oh, bling, bling, bling. My goodness. So sorry. I have a do not disturb set on all of my devices, and apparently it said it was time to wake up, and now it, it like notifies me that I had all these messages overnight. So, oh my goodness. Anyways, I just took my stamp. Now this stamp is, I don't know if it's called an infinite stamp, but the design matches on both sides and tops and bottoms. And so you're able to take it across a larger surface than the 6 inches that it is, which it wasn't really 6 inches because it didn't go all the way across my 6-inch piece. Weird. They do call it a 6x6 stamp though. Anyways, once I embossed it, I took it off camera to emboss it because again, I have to emboss it underneath or the crystals just fly right off. They are so super thick. Holy cow. But I do love the effect because when it is put in light, it has like an iridescent look to it. It turns kind of blue and then kind of pink, and it's kind of cool. It's like a chameleon. Anyways, putting on the bubbles that I have chosen for this little pocket. And then I think I only decorate 3 cards and then the rest are set up for photos. And so this one, once this one is complete, I do more blue circles because again, this one is more for the boy than the girl. And so anyways, I did all of the cards. So I did I embossed all of the cards that were this dusty gray. So I have this 3x4 card, the 4x6 card, and then the exact same for the other side of the pockets. Now I'm creating like a little journal spot. So I'm going to take this large circle because, the layout is full of circles. I'm going to take this large circle and basically make it so they can journal on it. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to use the other portion of this circle for the other side of the pocket page. So, and I don't like to waste any of my circles that have, any of them. So if I have enough to cut off the edge, then I'll take it over to another pocket and reuse that as well. You'll see me do that on the next side, this side right here. I will cut off some of the circles and then reuse them throughout the other pockets. So it's just something, nobody will ever know that I did that, honestly. Oh my gosh. Now I'm just rambling because I'm trying to figure out what to say. I feel like this is NASCAR. Look, she glued another circle. Look, she glued another circle and another one. Yay. So I didn't have a very good recording of these pocket cards, and I don't do a close-up photo like I have been doing. So it kind of seems like I am, like this is the only way to show you what all the finished pocket cards look like is by leaving all of this in. So anywho, I wanted a smaller circle right there and it wasn't the right color. So I went ahead and quickly just took another 1/2-inch circle, spritzed it with that iridescent spray, and added it to my layout. Now, the best part about these sprays, I love these sprays, you guys. And the best part is because of the fact that they're alcohol based. And so they dry rather quickly. Now, it depends on, how much you spritz and how wet you get it by spritzing. But, just the little spritz goes a long way. And so for me, it takes nothing for it to dry. Excuse me. I need to have some coffee. So these circles here were like the title came with circles that were free, that weren't part of the like intermixing of all the other circles. And so I basically just took those circles and brought them over to this title card right here because the title cards need circles, right? So here's where I take the half circles and I don't want to waste them and add them onto this card as well. And now it looks like I have more bubbles than what I actually started off with. So, but I thought it was a good mix by taking the freestanding circles from the title and bring it over to the other title. I just thought that I thought it worked really well. I thought I took this part out as well. Oh my gosh, I am texting someone, you guys. Rude. I apologize about that. I did get a lot of interruptions, and I could have sworn that I took all of those out. I apologize. I missed one. So I decided that I was going to figure out what it looked like on the boys' side to see how I wanted the girls' side. Now the boys is on the bottom right, and the girls will be on the upper. So that way they're not going to, mirror each other. But when I set them next to each other like that, and I think I do show you guys them side by side, I do actually kind of like it. And if I was to have put that all on one side of a pocket page, I probably would have done that. So that way it looked like the circle went across both pockets. I think so. So again, I don't want to waste my little circle, so I'm just trying to find which card it belongs to, and I will glue it down because that's a lot of material left. I like to use all of my supplies, you guys. I just really do. I cut it all out. I apologize. I did not show you guys the two cards side by side. I just put them in the pockets, and that is it. I am done. Like I said, I totally did not do a close-up of what they looked like in their pockets as an entirety. So here's the close-ups of the photos. Photo close-ups of the layouts. Oh my gosh, so tongue-tied. And I hope you guys, I really hope you guys join me for a few more of these. I don't have very many left, but what I do have is definitely a little bit shorter videos. I don't know why this one took so long. Thank you again for joining, and I can't wait till next time. Bye.